All right, Virgin Las Vegas. Back in the day, when this was a Hard Rock, this used to be one of the hottest and most legendary properties in Las Vegas. Over time, though, the property lost a bit of its luster. Virgin eventually acquired it, and now they're trying to bring it back. Usually, everything Virgin touches turns to gold, whether it's planes, trains, or hotels. Is that going to be true in this case? Can they restore it to its former glory? This is Coolist Luxury Hotels, Virgin, Las Vegas. All right, Virgin Las Vegas, I'm so excited to be here, mainly because of the first impression I've got from this room. This room does not feel like a remodel, which it is. It feels like a brand new hotel room. It is crisp, it's fresh, it's clean, it's modern, it is chic, it's upscale, and it is functional. The best part of the room is the bed. It rivals the Wynn bed in terms of comfort, and it has a couch built in as a headboard and a chair built in to the corner of it. Let me tell you, that chair is the most comfortable spot in this entire room. This is the entry-level room here. If you want to know more about it, check the description below. I did a dedicated room tour. All right, it's time to get this trip started. I'm diving in. You know what my plans are. I want to go to the pool. I want to find the coolest drinks and do a bit of gambling. But right now I have one thing on my mind, and that is starting this trip at One Steakhouse. All right, big day today, big day. Before I get to that, I quickly want to talk about One Steakhouse from last night. It is absolutely a top 10 steakhouse in Las Vegas, and that may not seem like a big statement, but Las Vegas has so many awesome steakhouses. In fact, I've probably been to between 30 and 40 of them. This definitely breaks the top 10, maybe even higher than that. This place is chic, it is cool, it is upscale, it is trendy. There's a lot of glitz inside, but the glitz does not make you feel like unwelcome or unnatural like you might at STK. It's still a very comfortable dining experience. The drinks were outstanding. They had experiential drinks, they had theatrical drinks, they had classic cocktails. I tried to have one of each. But the food, that's why you come into One Steakhouse, and the food was marvelous. The reason that is that One Steakhouse is run by Mortons Group, and if there's one thing that Mortons Group knows, it's steak. The hamachi was unbelievable. I don't even like yellowtail. That hamachi changed my mind on that. The steak goes without saying, was absolutely delectable, and that cheesecake was otherworldly. One Steakhouse was a phenomenal experience. It is definitely a top 10 steakhouse in Las Vegas. All right, I have another big dinner planned for tonight. I can't wait for that, but before that, let's get down to the Virgin Pool. So the Virgin Pool was really fun and really cool. It was multifaceted. There are a couple different components to it. The first level is where you absolutely want to hang out. That's where all the fun is. That's where the action is. That's where the energy is. Fantastic music. Crowd is having a great time. I actually got like a lake type vibe from the pool. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like a lake or an ocean. I thought it felt more like a lake. There are a couple of different beachy areas, and then as you walk in from those beachy areas into the pool, there's actually sand on the bottom of the pool, which does mimic being in an actual body of water. There's also a second level with stadium seating, so if you want to be out there but don't want to be next to the pool, you can go up top and kind of have survey over the entire complex. And then there's also an infinity pool up there. That is the quiet pool. That's where you want to go for a private moment or a moment of tranquility. That is also where the bar is, and that's kind of where my afternoon started and ended. I had a multi-dimensional Mai Tai. This thing was not made by a Las Vegas bartender. This thing was made by an Amazon shaman. This thing was stronger than cat tranquilizer. One drink, that's all I had. 4 hours later, I am still feeling the concoction of whatever that was. Unbelievable. So I had a fantastic dinner last night. The pool was a ton of fun today. I want to continue this momentum. I'm headed down to what I believe is another awesome restaurant. I'm headed down to Todd English. So that was Todd English Olives. I definitely have some thoughts on that place, but they're going to have to wait until tomorrow because I'm off to Commons Club for a nightcap. All right, so it's my last day here at Virgin, and it's my last day in Las Vegas. 30 days in Las Vegas ends today. Before I get to what I want to do today, I want to try to have as much fun as possible. I want to talk about last night. Todd English Olives, this place checks off all the boxes, and on paper it is great. Fantastic cocktails, which were beautiful and delicious. The food was phenomenal. That carpaccio is a meal killer. Be aware, if you order that carpaccio, you are not eating anything after that. Typically, a carpaccio is one of the lightest appetizers you can order because the meat is so thinly shaved. Man, this carpaccio was piled high like a mountain. I was immobilized and incapacitated after finishing that. Overall, it was a great experience. I just have to say that it was a little lackluster compared to One Steakhouse. I think that One Steakhouse is definitely the place to eat here at Virgin. After that, I went over to the Commons Club. That is the lobby bar. There was a lot of action there, people coming and going. It was beautiful. There was lots of seating. The cocktail list was decent. I think it's a great place to grab a drink either before dinner or after dinner. That leads me to right now. This morning I woke up and there's one thing I wanted to do this morning, and that was go to the juice bar that is located next to the gym and to the spa. The juice bar was excellent. It was so fresh. They can make you custom juices. They also have some to-go stuff there as well if you want to grab and go. I think it's the perfect way to start your morning. That leads me to right now. It's my last day here. When I was at the pool yesterday, I saw a lot of action at Kassi Beach House. It seems to be the spot to go to for brunch and lunch. I'm gonna head down there right now and check it out. So Kassi Beach House should be called Kassi Beach Club because that's pretty much what it was. It was a party brunch spot. Think of STK, but STK for brunch. But so much better than STK. STK is artificial, it's synthetic, it tries too hard. Quite the opposite at Kassi. Kassi is warm, it's vibrant, and everyone there is naturally having the best time ever. There are multiple bars, there's traditional dining, there are even cabanas. All of this is just steps away from the pool and Elia Beach Club, and that's why everyone is there. They're pre-gaming beforehand. I had the 5 signature things on their menu, and if you order those 5 things, you're gonna have the best brunch ever. When I got there at 11 a.m., right when they opened, it was already halfway filled, and by the time I left, the place was packed. It's electric, it's buzzing, it is definitely the spot to eat at during the day here at Virgin, and it has to be the it hotspot for brunch in Vegas. So that was a tremendous way to start my day. I never saw that coming. Let's keep this momentum going. I'm headed down to play some high-stakes slots. All right, slot time at Virgin Las Vegas. They do have a high-limit slot room. I walked in and I wasn't really feeling any of the machines in there, but that's not a bad thing. I've walked into rooms before and not really felt any of the machines, and I've been paid handsomely. So I sniffed around a little bit and I saw 2 machines that were calling my name, but I've never seen these machines before, and that's because they were $2 slot machines. I've seen $1, I've seen $5, all the way up to $500. I've never seen a $2 slot machine, and to be honest, it kind of weirded me out a little bit. I didn't know how to think about it. In retrospect, I probably should have put in my money and bet triple lines, $6 a spin, but I decided to go the other direction, and I found a Kingmaker machine. I love the name, it was speaking to me, but it just paid $450. I don't like playing slots that I've recently paid. I settled on the machine next to it. It was a triple gem machine. You know, I like my diamonds and my golds and my platinums, and the triple gems was kind of speaking to me. I put in my $100, and that $100 did not last very long. I only hit on a couple spins, and when I hit, I only hit for 1 or 2 credits a piece. By the time I finished, 90 seconds later, my entire $100 was gone. All right, so that was money, baby, and that was a perfect and fitting way to end my last night here at Virgin. Money Baby is a lot like Stadium Swim in a way where it is a hybrid concept. It's not just one concept, it is multiple concepts rolled into one, and it is oh so cool. And so it's part sports bars, part sports book, part restaurant, part lounge. There is so much to do in there. If you want to go outdoors and hang out outside, you can do that. Keep your eye on both pools. If you want to insert yourself into the action, you can do that. It is games galore. I'm talking cornhole, beer pong, and interactive games like a golf simulator and other electronic games. It is also a sports bar with an obscene amount of TVs, almost an offensive amount of TVs. Any game you want to watch is definitely up there. At night, it turns into a lounge, so those walking past on their way up from Elia Beach Club can easily keep the party going. And lastly, it's a restaurant, and last night, for discovery purposes, I had to find out what was better, the pizza or the burger. Let me tell you, it is no decision at all. It is the burger all the way. Before I get into my final thoughts on this hotel, you're definitely going to want to hear this. 2 quick points. Number 1, this is still very much the Hard Rock crowd. So if you had any questions or curiosity about the Virgin brand kind of shifting the demographics, it hasn't. It's still very much the same type of crowd that came here over a decade ago. And lastly, this is an adults only hotel, not in name or by enforcement, but pretty much by default. There is nothing kid family or family friendly about this place. So be advised, the crowd here is very adult. I don't recommend bringing kids or families here unless you want your kids going through puberty immediately. All right, so Virgin Las Vegas, this one is oh so interesting. I gotta say, this is the nicest remodel I've ever seen, not just in Vegas, but in any single hotel. They did a phenomenal job. The place is stunning. On paper, this hotel could score off the charts. It has so many things going for it. It pretty much checks off all the boxes on paper. In some ways, it is the coolest and hottest place to hang out at in Las Vegas. The resort pool was hopping. It was amazing. Elia Beach Club was packed and buzzing and electric this entire time. One Steakhouse is absolutely one of the best steakhouses in all of Las Vegas, and the rooms. I can't believe how nice the standard rooms are. Again, this remodel was unbelievable. But unfortunately, there is a downside, and the downside is that after you do those things, after you kind of stay in your room a little bit, maybe go to the beach club, maybe go to the pool and go to One Steakhouse, there really isn't much left to do. This hotel is very bipolar. It's very spotty. In some ways, it's going to be the most electric, energetic, and buzzing property in Vegas. When I walked in on this weekend, the lobby was buzzing, Elia Beach Club was packed, One Steakhouse had a great energy with a fantastic crowd. But when I went to check out the other spots on the property that may not be as marquee as the ones I just mentioned, it was a completely different experience. The casino floor was dead, the restaurants were quiet, and there is a complete lack of other bars and lounges. And the most interesting thing about that, I was here during prime time, summer season, during the weekend. On paper, this should be one of the best hotels in Las Vegas, but it just didn't come together for me. And it's not the location, believe me, I actually don't mind this location that much. And in fact, I prefer it over Mandalay Bay. Yes, it's a little off strip, but not too far off strip, and there's a mini shopping center next door. You go to CVS, fill up on items, you go get a haircut, there's some entry-level dining over there. I don't mind this location at all. It just wasn't a complete or cohesive experience. It was very yo-yo and very yin-yang, which is unfortunate because I think this could truly be one of these best properties in Las Vegas. I really wanted to like this place. Like I said, it's one of the best remodels I've ever seen in any hotel ever. But the experience just left me wanting more. For that reason, I'm going to give it a 2.5. It's still a good score for me, but trust me, this hotel could be so much better. I love the Virgin brand. Everything they do is excellent, and I truly wanted to love this hotel, and in some ways I do. I had some of my best moments on my trip here, but the trip just didn't piece together completely. I truly hope they continue to get the word out, because this hotel has the opportunity to be one of the very best hotels in Las Vegas.